They shall mount up with wings like eagles.
All right, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the Eagle Man Podcast. As y'all can see, there's a little change.
I like it.
I like it too. I'm excited. I hope it works out the way we want it to. Gotta fix my hair. All right. Well, today we're gonna be.
I don't have that problem. Okay. Serious note.
Today we're gonna be talking about who you're called before you're calling. Pretty much, who does God say you are, not who the world says you are. Because a lot of men, when you say, so who are you? You know, of course you say your name, or you say your job title, or you say you're a dad, or you say you're a provider. Like, those are all good things. Not saying that, but who does God say you are?
Before all that.
Before all that.
Right.
Like, that's what I want to dive into. The Bible says that when He formed you in the womb, He knew you. Who did He know you as?
That's good.
What, who did He know? What did He know? What did He know about you when He formed you in the womb? So, y'all want to throw anything out first, or you want me to jump into what I got?
It don't matter. I mean, the one thing that kind of stuck out to me was what the world says first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because a lot of times we'll go after that
Yeah.
more than we will God, because the world is more tangible.
Heard.
You know what I mean? You get more feedback and validation without searching for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So one of the things that the world says is that we're defined by what our output, like your worth is based on what you produce.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
what
what a lot
you
of people
achieve.
say.
Yeah, like the
I'm
world.
a cashier.
Yeah, or
Or
like,
I'm a whatever.
who are you? What do you do? You
Yeah.
know, and that's like one of the common questions. So, and a lot of us get mistaken and let down because if we're not, so to say, somebody, I hate to use higher echelon in the world or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you ain't a CEO.
Yeah, like your confidence tries to back down.
What do you bring to the table?
Right.
That part.
As far
You know
as
what I mean?
money
And like, how
that.
often are we guilty of judging somebody based off of that status? Like, before we ever know anything else.
Yeah.
Like, we like to try prejudge them
Oh, yeah.
and put them into a stereotype,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
you know? So that was one of the ones. And then the next one was we're defined by comparison in the world. Like, you're judged by your looks, popularity, and social status.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And that's some of the times we get tied up in am I liked?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, this has been one of my struggles. Like, because back in school, I was what I called a chameleon. Like, I could hang out with anybody. Like, I fit
Oh, yeah.
in with the jocks, fit in with not necessarily the farmers so much, but like I'd get the Georgia boots and like whoever
Yeah.
I was hanging out with, and this is good. Whoever I was hanging out with, that's what kind of clothes I'd wear.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I was hanging out with the jocks, I mean, I'd come in and you know have your athletic sweats on or whatever
Yeah.
matched the atmosphere that I was in is what I came dressed like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for a long time after that, I struggled to figure out who I was outside of where I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think some men still do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to work as a Christian, everybody's cussing and raising hell. You know, you're going to do the same thing because it's what the culture of where you are is. You know, it's hard to be the one that
It's different.
is different anywhere you go. Yeah, that's good.
So the next one, Kyle, do you got one?
Go
Or-
ahead.
you want me to
Finish
keep
what
going?
you're. Yeah.
I ain't got but two more.
Wow, Pastor, I'm almost done.
Oh, dude.
15 minutes
I
later.
honestly just got two more. The next one is driven by self. You must follow your own heart and create your own truth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how many times I've heard people say, just follow your heart.
Oh yeah, live your truth.
It's hard
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, YOLO.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you compare that to Scripture, the Bible tells you your heart's deceitful.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like polar opposites. You know, people in the world are following what they feel to be true instead of following a standard or a guideline that tells you, hey, this is what truth is and this is what you need to go by. And I think that's one of the biggest issues as men is that we have to really stick close to what Scripture says, because if not, I mean, I got ideas all the time of what
Yeah.
will work or what will be good, or hey man, this thing right here make some money, or you know, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm just going on every emotion, like I'm gonna burn myself out trying to be something
Yeah.
that I was never meant to be to begin
Right.
with. Do you know what I mean? Like, I went to do line work, thought it'd be a good profession. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
was 38. That ain't a young man's job.
No.
Do you hear me?
No. I
Like-
found that out.
Yeah, we found that out the hard way, didn't we? Because
Yeah.
like, you get out there and that's like labor, bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
hard, and like just the environment of it is tough.
Oh, it's hot, long sleeves,
And dude,
Nah,
like you out there with shovels.
hand digging holes, hand digging 8-foot hole.
I tell you this, man. I remember one time I had to pull some poles out and fill it back up.
Oh yeah,
And them truckers had me carrying a 5-gallon bucket full of dirt.
Yeah.
Probably about 50 yards.
oh yeah.
Good
It's
God.
fun, bro.
And I finally looked at Kurt. I said, hey, bro, I'm about to pass out.
Yeah, I had to go sit in the truck a few times.
Yeah, no, we was on, because I used to ride with him. We was on my way home one day. I said, I don't think this is for me, cuz.
Yeah.
I don't.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Like, this not it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for me, it fell into that. I mean, I had a decent job, you know, but at the time, it was like, well, I fell into that. What can I do for my family? What
Yeah,
more?
yeah.
And it came down to a money thing, and it was better money
Yeah.
at the time, but
Mine was because the place I was at didn't have, like,
insurance.
benefits
Yeah.
or insurance or anything
Yeah.
like that. So I was just trying to step out again
Yeah.
and bring some provision.
What the world wanted me to be. I mean, really. But I mean, look, if you're thinking about doing line work, it's a good job.
It is if you're in high
young.
school.
If you're young,
Like,
great job.
once you get past about 25,
Yeah, it's tough.
I tell you to go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
look somewhere else. Unless you just a go-getter now. Like, if the heat don't bother you, and if you're in Donaldsonville and you love gnats,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
because them juckers be on you, cuz.
Listen, if you love gnats, I need you to comment down below so we can meet you. You're a strange creature.
You be the only one.
Yeah.
So the last one for me about what the world says is being labeled by your mistakes.
That's a big one.
Say that again.
Labeled by your mistakes.
Oh yes. Oh.
Yeah, there goes that guy. He's the dope head. Really
Yeah,
good preacher
yeah,
now.
Right.
That's it. Come on.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, your past failures and brokenness permanently mark you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the old saying is like, smoke weed one time, you're a pothead forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I'll never forget that. The judge, when I went to jail, he came out talking about something. You think Circle K want a pothead working for him? You think your mom wants a pothead for a son? Like,
Hey, he gave you all
yeah.
that?
Oh, he gave me the what?
When I went to jail, they just asked me who I bought it from.
Well, they asked me. I ain't tell them, but
And you heard everybody in the back, oh.
Oh, here we go.
And I was like, some random guy, dog.
yeah, I was driving and he just. Anyways,
It's the first time I ever tried it.
So, and I just, I just want to speak to that for a minute. Like, how in like your own, if you had to look back at your life, like leading up to where you are now, how much of your failures played a part in either stopping you? Because some people can take their failures and use it to push them to be greater, and some people get stuck in that.
that's all I'll ever be.
Yeah, that mindset. So, like, how did that play a role in you, like, getting to where you are now? Like, was it struggles, or did it like really push you into?
Yeah, it was a struggle. It's still a struggle if I'm being honest, because me and Stephanie had the conversation this morning. You know, and it was, it was, I don't want to say poor pitiful me, but What are y'all laughing at? Y'all laughing at
No,
me?
no.
I'm
I
making
was-
sure the screen
I
was
was
still
making
up.
sure the screen was still up.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so listen, I was very honest with her, and I said I feel like I can't move forward because I get caught up in the mistakes I still make.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, well, if I cuss, you know, I feel like, well, how am I supposed to turn around and act? It went away.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
y'all,
I'll be-
welcome to the podcast, HDMI 2.
Keep going.
But no, I mean, I just get caught up in that, and maybe I'm too hard on myself sometimes. Oh, how can I be a man of God if I make this mistake,
Yeah.
and that mistake, and then I start feeling unworthy, and then it snowballs. Then you start doubting everything. You know,
Yeah.
slowly but surely, you doubting this and doubting that, and so that's just been kind of a thing I've been walking through probably the last month or so.
Like, what does one mistake stand out more than another? Like, does one cripple you? You know what I'm saying? Like, because, like, for me, whenever, like, one of my biggest things, and just being transparent, is like when I feel like I've let somebody down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm not to my fullest potential and I, disappoint somebody, or
Yeah.
something like that, it used to take me like a week to
Yeah.
bounce back, but now I can kind of.
Yeah, I think the big struggle for me lately has been, and this is really good for this podcast, but I mean, for me, it's like, because we had the conversation, and I said, I said I have that desire
Right.
to be that man of God, and it's like I told her, I said I was in the barbershop yesterday, and Jason Puckett, Jason,
I
they were
think
the
so.
Connection in Thomas, I think it's Connection in Thomasville. Anyway, he's a pastor. And he come in the barbershop, and I'm sitting there, I'm getting my hair cut, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, how does he do it? You know what I mean? Come in, hang out with the guys, have great conversation, and not fall into that I got to be one of the guys thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have that desire. I said, and I told her the other day, I said, sometimes it's like my mind, I can't fathom how to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in my mind, it's like I want it, but it's like I don't know. And I think a lot of it is just dying to myself.
Right. And it's just sacrificing things that you're
Yeah.
used to being able to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, like, it's baby steps.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've made a bunch of mistakes.
And I think a big thing for me too is like, okay, I've been doing this long enough. Like, it's time to get past some of these things.
Right.
So then there's that struggle.
Yeah.
And I know that's not who God created me to be.
Right.
But, like,
Well, I think a lot of it is also when you do make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, it don't
Yeah.
discount you because you said one cuss word.
Yeah.
If you decide, if you resolve in your heart, like, I'm going to clean my mouth up,
Yeah.
and you pray and you ask God to help you, I mean, I believe that He'll give you the desire of your heart, especially if it's
Yeah.
something like that, to clean
Oh,
my
yeah.
mouth up so I don't, cuss anymore or whatever. But
Yeah.
then if you accidentally do it, or if you intentionally do it, I mean, there's still grace there,
Yeah.
There's
but there's, like, a fine line for me to operate in grace.
I mean, I don't think there's sloppy grace. Like,
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
going
like-
to keep doing it.
Like, it's a fine
Yeah.
line, like, with I'm saying within yourself to operate in grace and operate in accountability.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be graceful enough to not prolong and stay down about it, but have some accountability. It's like, look, I can't let that happen again. Like, this can't be so easy that I'm constantly coming to God for the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, my struggles have to change.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I should start knocking some stuff off the list. And I believe one of the biggest issues that we have is that we see so many things wrong with us
Mm-hmm.
when we look in the mirror
Yeah.
that it's hard to try to correct things because we see so many.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you just got to pick one. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this one and I'm going to get this right, and then we'll move to the next one.
Yeah.
Although I have all these things in my mind and I'm consciously working on all of it, but I'm really, like, this is in, my scope of what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It's the one thing I had to do because, like, whenever, like, being a pastor, like, I've made plenty of mistakes
Yeah.
in how I carry myself and all of the things, and God has taught me, the hard way
Mm-hmm.
and the easy way.
Yeah.
I think it's Wayne's mom taught me that a long time ago. God will take you the easiest way you'll go.
Yeah.
Like if you'll follow him and go with him, you know,
Yeah.
willingly,
Yeah.
he won't have to drag you.
Yeah, I think the tough, probably one of the toughest things, like you said earlier, was the chameleon thing, because like I say, I have that desire, and I want people to look at me and say, "Oh wow, that's a man of God."
Right.
But it's just like we play softball. I'm sure a lot of them guys know I go to church, and sometimes the best course of action for me is to keep my mouth shut.
Right.
And I didn't the other night, and so. Real quick, one of our outfielders lollygagged around. He dropped the ball. Well, we come back to the dugout. He said something about one of their outfielders, and I said, well, at least he called expletive the ball,
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh, probably shouldn't have said that. But, and that's that competitive in me, but still.
Yeah, you just
You
got to
know.
be careful. Like, we have to be careful, like what you were saying. We have to
Yeah.
be careful that we don't allow our environment to change us.
Yeah.
But we begin to be the ones that change the environment.
Yeah.
Like, because when I go out there, I think Denny, one of the guys says, he was like, "Oh, my bad, man. I didn't mean to say that around you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my response to that is, although I appreciate the respect, like I'm not around you all the time.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about me. You need to worry
Yeah.
about the guy that's with you all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a big thing, too. And that chameleon thing, man.
just fitting in.
Listen, when I'm around certain people, I'm, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not.
Like if Felicia's in the room.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be myself, but like,
I'm the same person in front of everybody
yeah.
I'm around.
I'm gonna try to refrain some, but certain people, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey,
Now, even in my day-to-day walk, I'm not working, cuss words into every sentence.
yeah,
I say it where it's appropriate. Well, it's never appropriate. But I'm
Right.
saying, like, I ain't just walking around saying all the cuss words in the book just to say them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I
Yeah.
mean, people in my life know who I am. I don't shy away from the things that I do that are messed up because of this person's around me and that person's around me. Because if I can do it, if I can stop cussing when that person's around me, and then I can stop cussing when that person ain't around me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and that's the struggle that I struggle with is that
Yeah.
it's hard sometimes. It just comes out,
yeah,
That's just what your language is.
Yeah. I mean, not like I said, not all the time. Whenever I'm talking to my girls or whatever, I try not to say words like that, but sometimes they do come out. It happens, and that's something that me and Britt are both working on is cleaning up our language, cleaning up our mouths, trying to speak more positively and
And that
less
used to be a
negatively.
struggle for me, dude. But like as I've grown, it's gotten a lot easier.
Yeah.
But when you hit yourself in the hand with a hammer or something like that, you gotta pick which words you. Oh,
there's a
Jesus'
movie.
mama.
There's a movie where a little boy, he's like, I'm not gonna cuss anymore. Anytime something hurts me, I'm gonna say a singer's name, and he stubs his toe on the bed, and he goes, "Oh, Shakira!" Like
The thing went off again.
it's all right. We gonna let it rock. It's fine.
You just want to cut the TV off. So
Yeah, we
they
can.
HD on all the time.
Was that all you had about who the world says you are?
Yeah, y'all go ahead with something else.
All right, so you want to go?
yeah. I'm looking at my notes, man, and so I would say like a big thing for me. So what I got is what God calls us, from His children, beloved, chosen, the light of the world. Now, I would have to study some of these to really dig into
What it means.
like what that means.
Yeah.
Because I think so for me, I need some details, you know what I mean?
Right.
And this is on me, of course. This is another thing I struggle with is studying. But I mean, look, just for instance, chosen. Okay, well yep, I get it, but why am I chosen? You know what I mean? Like what all does God choosing me, what all does that entail? You know what I mean? And I think for me sometimes I guess the struggle is I kind of get confused between like I'm chosen, I'm a royal priesthood. I get caught up in between that and me saying things I shouldn't say. You know what I mean? Like where does that fall in line with me being chosen, you know. And I know, like, the biggest one that sticks out to me is, you know, we're created in His image, right? So, and I know we're not going to be perfect now, you know.
Right.
So I get, you know, this is a good one for me because I think I'm getting some things out. But, yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is just struggling to be who I guess I could probably sit here and say I really don't know who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I know all the things God says I am, but I'm kind of struggling to figure out, like, put it all together, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like believing in what you read.
Yeah. And I got to study more, and I be falling behind, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You know? And that's another thing we talked about, you know, it's dying to myself, you know, saying, okay, like I said yesterday, got off super early. I'm like, I could have came home and studied. I didn't, you know? And it's just, you know, putting other things ahead of what I need to. But yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, that's a big struggle for me. Is really just putting it all together. Like, I know the things I shouldn't do. You know, I shouldn't cuss. I shouldn't, you know, lust, things like that. But, you know, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know,
I think all
like
of us are.
like grace and
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm tired of doing this. Where, you know, I got to find in the Bible where it talks about, you know, hey, mistakes are going to be made. Like, move on and, you know, get it right.
Right.
That's what I'm struggling with, I guess, is getting it right and staying more consistent, I guess, and not screwing it up every day or whatever, you know. But, yeah.
Well, what's
so-
better? What's like, given the choice, what would be better? Would it be better to resolve not to do things,
Mhm.
but still do them sometimes,
Yeah.
getting a little better at it? Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. Or would it be better to just say, well, that ain't never going to change, so why even try?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like the first option's a lot better, to at least
Yeah.
put forth effort,
Right.
you know, to try to stop some of the things that you already recognize
Yeah.
that you shouldn't do.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Even if it takes 20 years for you to stop saying curse words or whatever, like,
Right.
I feel like there's still
Mm-hmm.
some sort of forward movement happening.
Yeah.
You know, just because you've resolved to stop doing it. Like, you might mess up, you know, a lot
Yeah.
or whatever, a little, once or twice a day, but I think there's still some forward movement.
Yeah.
You know?
But I do believe that there's an urgency now
Yeah.
in the church. Like, for me, I guess it's like, at what point are we willing to sacrifice our calling for our comfort?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I get what Wayne is saying, like, putting the effort in is great,
Yeah.
like, and to continuing to do that. But, like, at some point, there's a cost to
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And, like, we make time for so much other stuff. And one of the things that God just spoke to me, He said, I am a God of capacity.
Mm-hmm.
However much time you give me, I'll fill it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, however much of your life you'll give me, I'll fill it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just boils down to, how serious are we about getting to where we're supposed to be? Now, granted, I'm not saying you're going to get there overnight. I get what Wayne
Yeah.
is saying, but I do believe that there's an urgency, and God is saying, I got so much for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so much that you don't see.
Yeah.
You know, and I believe that we don't know the full plan, because I believe it'll give us the mindset of, well, I ain't going to never get there.
Yeah.
So I might as well not even try.
Yeah.
And I believe God is with us in the muck and the mire of this thing, and we just have to really begin to give Him more time and more space and more whatever
Yeah.
in it. Like, and with being a royal priesthood, it puts me in a place of, like, dude, I don't even deserve to have that name.
That part.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But the one thing I have to remember is God don't look on how I look at it.
Yeah.
He don't see me how I see me.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's outside of all this stuff.
He sees you as a finished product.
Yeah, like, I
Yeah.
see you as how I created you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand that you're going through some things,
Yeah.
but like I say, if you'll give me the time, and you'll give me
Yeah.
the space, and you'll give me your efforts, like, I can expound on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I get what
It does.
what both of you are saying. Like, it's tough. But
Yeah.
It is tough.
Yeah. I think probably, and one thing I struggle with too, and what would you say to someone who feels like, well, surely God's grace has ran out?
no.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when you, because I've probably been in that mindset. Like, I keep doing the same crap.
He got to be tired of me.
Yeah. I mean, what I guess from like maybe a biblical side, what would
Like what would go against that mindset?
yeah.
Put me on the spot.
I got one.
Got him.
So I believe that the Bible says there are new mercies every morning on purpose.
Right.
I believe that it's a little different than I know I'm going to make this mistake today.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to do this because it's my favorite thing to do. So I'm just already prepared to use that mercy and that grace. That is what I would call sloppy grace.
Yeah.
Like I already know I'm going to look at
Porn.
whatever porn or that woman that I work with or whatever. I know I'm going to do it, so I'm just going to go ahead and just do that thing, and then I'll ask for forgiveness later. I believe that's a sloppy grace.
Yeah.
I believe it's a mindset thing.
I do. I believe that you wake up and you realize, like, I messed up yesterday.
Yeah.
I did.
So
But
maybe
today is a new day. I
Yeah.
get another chance. He blessed me to wake up, have breath in my lungs, and strength in my body. I get a new chance to prove myself to him.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about
Well, I
it.
got a question for y'all. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
The first thing I do when I wake up is I look at
Honestly.
what time it is.
Right. Honestly, like, what is
Yeah.
your first go-to? All right, let me put it like this. How long in the day do you go before you ever speak to God?
I've been trying, time I wake up in the morning and I sit up on the side of the bed to just at least say, thank you, Lord.
And that's
Now.
a great start.
Now, really talking to him, probably a couple hours once I get to work and get on the road and,
Right.
So I usually wake up. I've been waking up at about 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and I'll get all the things ready for the day. Get myself ready, pack the girls' lunches, wake them up, all the things, and then when they leave at 7, I usually sit down and I have me a time where I either pray, read my Bible. There's another book that I'm reading to go along with my study, but
Right.
it's a couple of hours after I actually wake up. I like to get everything done so I don't have to worry about nothing else.
So you have that undivided attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I believe like, I get what you're saying, and I don't want you to think that I'm criticizing, but I believe if like we got up, thank you, Lord, like it's on our mind.
Yeah.
Like that's where the start is. Like not, God, I got to drive all the way to, Egypt today.
Not Cairo.
Cairo.
You know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah.
we don't wake up
Oh,
if we don't wake up dreading the day,
yeah.
and we put our mind in the mindset of, okay, God, I got to put you at the beginning of this thing because I know I'm on.
Yeah.
I know me,
Yeah.
and I know the imperfections of who I am.
Yeah.
So, and I know you are perfect.
Yeah, and look, every morning when I pray, I say, thank you for your grace and mercy.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's really like what Wayne explained. Like, I know I'm gonna screw up, but
Yeah. It's just about your mindset.
I think
That's a
about-
mindset. what he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
I think it's
Yeah.
more of a mindset. We all know we're gonna mess up. We're human. You're gonna
Yeah.
sin, but it's like,
yeah,
are you choosing to do the same thing every day
yeah,
just because there's grace and mercy? Like if I, lust this day and whatever, cuss the next day, as long as I'm not doing it knowing that, oh, he's gonna forgive me, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's where you get into a sloppy grace. Like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
forgiven for whatever I do anyway. So
Yeah, why even?
yeah.
that's not, I would question if you're even saved at that point.
Yeah.
Like, did you meet God for real? Because at that point, I don't want to do the things that I'm like Paul. I don't want to do the things that I do.
The things that I do, I hate.
That part,
Yeah.
things I do, I hate. I don't want to do
Yeah.
them. Not
Yeah.
all the good things, of course, the bad things,
Yeah.
whatever. The sins that I commit throughout the day, I hate it. I don't
Right.
want to do it.
Yeah.
But there, are some that are like, well, God's grace is sufficient. Yeah, it is, but I believe there's a difference between sloppy grace and accepting His grace for the things that we do.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So what I have was just some scriptures of kind of who you are and what you're called. Excuse me. So in Matthew 3:16 and 17, this is God speaking after Jesus got baptized. He says, "This is my beloved Son with whom I'm well pleased." Jesus hadn't healed nobody. He didn't preach Sermon on the Mount. He hadn't raised Lazarus from the dead. He hadn't died on the cross. But the Father publicly declared His identity. His identity came before His ministry. God affirmed Jesus because of a relationship, not performance.
Right.
And I believe that that's the same thing that He does with us. Like God God calls you out because of who you are,
Yeah.
not because of what you can do.
Yeah.
You know,
And he don't love you any different because of your calling.
that
Right.
part. You know, if you choose to walk in your calling or not, God is still going to love you.
He'll
Now
love you
there-
that way to hell.
That part. There's a there's a
I mean,
there's a cost to not doing what you're told, being obedient to the Lord. There's a cost to not stepping into your calling.
Yeah.
But before the calling, before the platform, before you ever get on camera or
whatever,
you need to know who you are and who He's called you to be.
Yeah.
Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works." We're God's workmanship first. In that verse, then He created us for good works.
Yeah.
The works aren't what make us valuable; they flow from who we already are.
right.
1 Peter 2:9 says you're a chosen race, to royal priesthood. Peter in that verse don't start with go evangelize. He starts with your identity: chosen, royal, holy, God's possession. So your mission flows from your identity. Again, these are really just verses that kind of confirm what we're trying to talk about: is that you are called something before you're called to do something.
Right.
In
You're
Romans,
someone before the something.
that part. In Romans 8:15-17, it says, "For you did not receive a spirit of slavery to fall back into fear. Instead, you received the spirit of adoption, by whom we cry out, Abba, Father. The Spirit Himself testifies together with our spirit that we are God's children, and if children, also heirs, heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, if indeed we suffer with Him, so that we may be also glorified with Him. Before servants, before leaders, before husbands, we're sons." And that should change everything. You know, before we are what the world calls us, before you're a husband, before you're a cashier, before you're a mechanist, before you're a chemist, before you're a, I don't know what he is, you know what I mean?
Hey, man.
That's,
He's a
yeah.
truck driver.
Well, he works with chemicals. My boy's a chemist.
I'm a
okay?
chemist.
Hey,
Puts on the hazmat suit.
and then
So
one step
hot.
further, before pastor,
Yeah.
before worship leader,
Yeah.
before all the other things, you're a son.
Yeah.
That's what we should really focus on. Galatians 1:10 says, "If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of God." Calling can become dangerous if it depends on people's approval. That's one thing that me and you have talked about before.
Yeah.
Like having validation come from people telling you, "Oh, you sang really good," or, you know, "That was a great sermon," or, you
But
know,
did it minister to the Lord?
that part. You know, I remember you said one time, you know, somebody came up to you and said, "It was a great sermon." You said, "Okay, what I preach on?" They didn't know what you preached on. Like, you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, was it really a good sermon then if you don't know what I preached on?
Like, you ain't take no notes.
That, bro, I can't stand that. Listen, that maybe that's because that's just me. I enjoy taking notes.
Yeah.
Like, it keeps me focused. And if I run into a problem with what you're preaching about, I got something to go back and
Yeah.
read.
Right.
And honestly, when I write my notes, for some reason, my mind always goes to one day my kids are going to find this book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, your kid's already keeping notes.
I can see,
Yeah.
I mean, I can
If
see
she's
my
in
kid,
church, bro,
she
Yeah.
taking notes.
Rainy,
Yeah.
she in it. She brought me her whole notes one time.
Her?
And it was point for point. Like, if you held my notes to her notes,
Yeah.
I mean, they were right in line with each other.
Uh-huh.
You know, and how beautiful is that?
Yeah.
Thing's smart, bro.
Yeah.
That thing's real smart.
I don't know. We have to be careful of the contrast between the world and what God says.
I agree.
Like, because the world offers so much, and it's got so much for you to grab hold to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, one of the things that makes sense is, like, one of the contrasts is source of worth. Like, God gives you unconditional value, and the world makes you earn it. Like,
Yeah.
before, like, whenever, just looking like when you apply for a job, okay? Like, if you have no previous history or previous knowledge, previous experience,
Right.
like, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
Like, you almost have to prove yourself or they'll ever give you a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to, you know, get started in something without having any experience. And like, the world don't recognize that stuff.
Right.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They want somebody right now that can step in and do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
You know, like out there where I work, they're struggling to find people to come to work, but they're not giving interviews because these kids don't have any experience. You got 18, 19-year-old kids
Trying to start a career.
looking for a job.
Yeah.
Like, and we have work standard, we have work instructions, we have all the things to train these guys up. you have
Right.
experience there.
To train the new guys.
Like what happens whenever these other old
Yeah.
guys leave?
You're
Yeah.
gonna be in a mess.
You'll be in a
bro.
mess.
Like we got one engineer out there that knows so much, and I told him, I said, y'all better stick somebody to his hip, because if you don't, when he goes, there's a lot of information going with him, and
They'll be
that's
calling
just,
him at the house.
yeah, that's
Hey, man.
that's one of the things though. Like the world tries to make you perform before it ever accepts you,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
that's
like
good.
what Wayne was saying is God is saying, I love you way before who you are.
Yeah.
Like way before anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the other one is direction, like the contrast of direction. God calls you to stand out and be transformed. The world calls you to fit in and copy it. You know, and it's just going along with the scriptures that he
Yeah.
read.
Yeah.
Like that was coming from Romans 12 too.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like if I was talking to Elijah and I was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, and like the world offers so much, and bless his heart, he don't, there's so many things to pick from
Oh yeah.
that he don't know.
Yeah.
Like, cause
Oh, yeah.
one week you ask him, he wants to be the police. Next week it's the fireman. Next week that I want to be a preacher like you. And I told him, but
Yeah.
I don't, you know,
Yeah.
that ain't a career. You know, that's a calling.
Yeah.
It don't always pay you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like to gear, like it's really important that we know who we are, because how can we tell our children who they are if we don't know who we are? It's one of the things that's tough for
Yeah.
me. Like if I'm not living up to who I'm supposed to be, how am I going to raise my boys
That's right.
to be a man after God's own heart when I'm chasing everything else?
Yeah.
You know, or I'm so stressed out about bills, or I'm so stressed out about what's coming up next and how busy the week is and all of this that I don't take
Oh,
the time.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just hard.
Yeah.
And then the last one that I got as far as the biggest contrast that I see was God says it's destiny. God says you live forever as a kingdom heir, and the world and its desires are passing away. Like when I leave, like if I die, J-Tech ain't going. I mean, it'll impact them first couple weeks maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But after that, like life moves on.
Yeah,
Like with
keep
the
rolling.
loss of my mama, dude, like it brings a lot of stuff into reality.
Yeah.
Like when people are at my funeral, what are they gonna say? Like how do they describe me?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want it to be that he was a heck of a ball player, or you know, or he was super funny, or you know, all of those are characteristics of who I was. But like my main goal is for people to know how much I love Jesus and know how much that was important to me.
Yeah.
And like my life has to line up with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's hard to like, so I guess to wrap up what I'm saying is like push away the world and accept who God's, figure out who he says you are.
Yeah.
You know, build your identity in that and not what you can do
Yeah.
first. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I just have one more scripture that I really want to share because I feel like it's going to shake some people up. This gonna shake your faith. You ready? All right. Scripture number 7. Luke 10:38 through 42. Mary and Martha. Martha is doing. Mary is being. And if you don't know the story, it's
Read it
where,
for yourself.
Yeah, read it for yourself. Where Mary and Martha was there, and you know Martha's running around doing all the things. Jesus never condemned the servant. He corrected servant that replaced sitting with him. Because Martha was like, "You ain't gonna tell Mary to get up and do nothing." Like,
Well, he didn't
no.
say anything until she complained.
That part, because Jesus never condemned serving. He corrected serving that replaced sitting with him.
He corrected her heart.
That part, you know, a lot of us. That's
Well, like, why are you serving?
that's the way that we. That's
Yeah.
the way that we feel like we give a gift to him is because I serve on the men's meeting and I
Yeah.
come on Mondays and cut the grass and Tuesdays I clean the church and Wednesdays I go to church and Thursdays and you got to do all the things in the church and you don't. Like you need to sit down somewhere and rest.
That
Sit
stuff's
with him.
necessary when God calls you to do it.
That part. Like you don't have to do it all. There are people who have been called. You just need to maybe inspire somebody around
Walk
you.
beside him.
That part. Teach them.
Yeah.
You got anything you wanna? You good?
Something's on his mind.
I don't want to talk too much.
No, I mean, you don't want to talk
I
too
don't want to talk too much.
Go ahead. Hit
I
him
mean, I
with,
still
I
got
mean-
more.
hit him with it, Kyle.
Here's my thing. No, I mean, and I mean, you can finish after this or whatever, but so far, I mean, it's been a good learning thing for me today. Yeah, I think it's just about taking that time, spending time with God, you know, because like I say, I mean, I'm 41 years old, and you know, I'm getting old, brother. You know, and I mean, it's kind of sad when I think about it. I'm still trying to figure out who I am sometimes. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in this episode, and so I'd encourage anybody who has any questions to and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to stick with this now. I'm going to start studying more and then figuring some of the stuff out.
Y'all guarantee you, if you go on the Bible app, you can find you a little Bible study about identity. It'd be
Yeah.
easy to do.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing that I want you to hear, Kyle, that God's really echoing in my head. And what I hear him saying to you is, I'm already proud of you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the struggle too is I've already seen like all this stuff I've got behind me, and
But
You
you,
know
need
what
to,
I'm saying?
like, you need to just sit in that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, God's proud of you.
yeah,
You look at yourself as a disappointment, but you're not.
Yeah.
Like, God's proud.
Yeah.
Like, when he looks down on you, he doesn't regret you. You know what I mean? And we feel like we disappoint him so much, but there's like small things that you have to just sit in. Like, we sit in, sometimes we are so quick to seek out correction. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that stuff ain't necessary, but sometimes you need to hear the good things that God has to say about
I agree.
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm proud of, like, you could have still been doing what you were doing.
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And like, you've worked so hard to get to where you are. You know what I mean? You've broken so many barriers, so many generational curses that have been broke off of you and, you know, your children, and like loving children that, you know, aren't biologically yours.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But you love them like they're yours.
yeah,
Like, you don't want them to fail, and you try to lead the life before them to.
Right.
When Lawson grows up, he knows, you know, how to treat his wife because he watched you and how you treat his mama, and Leland the same way, and Melody to know what to look for in the husband. Like, there's so many things that
Yeah.
God is proud of you for
yeah,
that you just got to keep striving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, I don't want you to get so down on yourself like, God, I got so much work to do. Granted, we all
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But, like, don't miss that he's proud of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Like, don't miss that he's over the moon about how you're doing things, and, you know, and I believe we have to be able to, as men, because we're so sometimes task oriented and getting things
Yeah.
done and being a provider and being all of these things, that we forget to sit and allow people to love us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really allow people to speak into us and tell
Yeah.
us, you know, like Jackie sent me a text the other night, and she said, I'm so tired of night shift. I said, yeah, me too, baby. I'm trying. She said, I know you are. She said, I'm grateful that you sacrifice
yeah.
to do
Right.
what you do. And like, to many people, that might not mean a lot, but in the season of life that I'm in,
Yeah,
it may work worth it.
and needed to hear that.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and for the, I'm gonna step out into this for the wives that listen to this podcast that maybe don't know how to help your man get to where he needs to be, because there's some seasons of my life that Jackie got me there.
Yeah,
Like, it was her and the Lord that got me
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep being, to the women of God, keep being the helpmate. Keep being the one that'll stand beside them whenever they don't feel like they're worthy to be standing.
yeah,
Like, and really encourage them, hold them accountable, but encourage them. You know, they got a lot of stuff they can work on true, but sometimes it's okay to tell them what they do right.
yeah,
Tell them what
Yeah.
they do good.
Sometimes that's what'll break.
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
they need to hear something that they do right.
And men of
Right.
God, you have to be in a place to where you can be vulnerable and open
That
to
part.
tell them what you like. Baby, I'm struggling. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm a piece of dirt.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
feel like I'm worth nothing today. I feel like everything I touch is falling apart. I feel like I just don't know who I am. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
be open. It's
Yeah.
okay to be vulnerable.
yeah. I think one crazy thing for me is like they've put a lot of faith in me during all this wedding stuff. Hey, can you take care of this? And I'm like, sure about that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm killing it so far, I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I'm-
this is one thing too. You never know what you're capable of until you try.
That part.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I knew I wasn't able to sing whenever I tried.
Yeah. Well, I procrastinate a lot, so it's.
I mean, it's just true. You know what I'm saying?
Like, touche.
Like to me, when I'm singing with the radio, I sound like I sound just like them.
Oh, fat, yeah,
You know, but I need some people to hold me accountable.
Yeah.
Say, hey, bro,
yeah.
like I love you and I love your worship,
But
but like, please stop
just
saying
do it a
it.
little
The
quieter.
Bible does say make a joyful noise.
Yeah.
And you're not being joyful.
Keep making that noise.
You know what I mean? But like, it's that accountability, you know, and it's when I look at Wayne and I say, dude, you're doing like when I hold Wayne accountable, and I just give you a little preview into our relationship. One of the first things I tell him is I say, you know, I love you,
Oh, here it comes.
and he'll say, yeah, what? And like I start with all the things that he does well, like
Yeah.
you're doing great at this. This is where you're doing great, but this is some areas that you need to work on.
Yeah.
Like, fix your face. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all know Wayne, I mean, all of us really, I mean,
Yeah.
we're our emotions on our side. You can tell when
Oh,
something's
yeah.
wrong. You know
My
what I mean?
mouth don't say it, my face is gonna.
Yeah, but like, but we
Right.
have to have that relationship. Like Kyle called me the other day. He's like, dude, I just feel like something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all right? And I said, you know what, bro?
Not really.
Let me go and lay it down. And you know, and it just gave me the opportunity to say, hey, somebody sees me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody notices.
Yeah.
Well, I asked you about 30 times on Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I didn't know what was wrong at that point.
We do that guy thing sometimes too.
Well, I just looked at Wayne and I was like, as far as I know, because really I
Yeah.
thought I knew something was up. I just couldn't tell him what.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, as far as I know, but like the more, because that opened up the process of me thinking about it, you know, and really digging into
Yeah,
it. And
'Cause
then
I knew
Kyle,
something was wrong.
well, then Kyle calling and saying, hey, bro,
Yeah, bro.
What's
like,
going on?
like something's up. But like you're the what peeled it up, and then he was the one that came in and heard the vomit. You know what I'm saying of what was wrong.
Hey.
40-something minutes.
Yeah, like
Hey. Oh, what are we doing here? Are we doing that or? Hey, you're just like, hey, how you doing? Yeah,
But I mean, it takes that, dude. Like to
Yeah.
really figure out who you are, you got to have some people
yeah.
that aren't scared to walk through crap with you.
Play it on me,
Well,
bro.
you gotta be not scared to walk through the junk with the people.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of men's problem is, oh, I'm good. You slam your finger in the car door and all the things, and your nails fall off, and pain, and you can do all of that, but you can't tell somebody that you're struggling with depression.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And I know there's been a season that y'all have had to walk through a lot of stuff with me. I promise I won't be there when something happens for you.
I just praise God that I've been able to walk through you with it, or walk with you through it,
Yeah.
and I had to, you know,
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, there's been little things here and there, but it's just like
nothing like a big.
it's just been it's been a prudent season for me, dude, and
Yeah.
it's just been one thing after another, and then just to like you don't know how valuable people are until they're not here.
That part.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 'cause
Yeah.
like again, and I'm just being open, and it probably has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but
It'll help somebody. Keep going.
like with my, like, cause we did the grief podcast, talking about grief, and it was on my heart for what, 2 months?
For
I
it was
mentioned
probably
it?
2 months, and we did it weeks before.
Yeah, we
anything
did it.
ever happened.
We did it a couple weeks before, and then a couple weeks after that, my mom passed away unexpectedly. Like, just went to sleep and didn't wait. Well, she woke up in heaven, but you know, and I didn't really realize how much I loved her.
Yeah.
You know, and how much I gleaned off of watching her number pop up on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like, she had a lot of wisdom, and she was one of the ones that I talked to and could tell anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was mad, if I was upset, if I was depressed, if I was whatever, like I could call her and talk to her, and like she could listen and, you know, just be there. And not having that and trying to shift and give that trust to somebody else
Mm-hmm.
is hard. Like I looked at Felicia, I think it was at the viewing, and I was beating myself up. She was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I didn't think I'd miss her this much."
Mm-hmm.
And I was beating myself up about it. Like, you know how you do. Like, you should have
Yeah.
went more. You should have talked to her more. You should have did this more. And then,
Yeah.
and she said, "Maybe that's your mama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're going to have to." And then going through all that and trying to help Elijah grieve, and that's weird and tough, you know,
Mhm.
because the other night, like I do good with it from day to day. Like I'm not struggling with it as bad. But like the other night I was getting ready. He had came home from church. I stayed home Wednesday night because Gabe was overtired and I tried to get him to sleep. And that's a whole different subject. I rocked that little joker for about an hour and a half.
Come back next week.
Yeah. On the next segment of What Bothers Kyle. No, but like he came home and because Jackie had stopped by the gravesite because he wanted to see her. And so they stopped by there, and then he got home and he just grabbed me and cried. And he said this. He said, "It's not fair." I said, "You're right.
I mean,
It's not
yeah.
fair."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I can't never say anything to her again," and it broke me because I feel you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying the stuff that's inside of who I am. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And he said, "I just don't want you to die.
Mm.
I don't know if I could take you dying." And I said, "Well, baby, as far as my plans go, like,
Well,
I mean, I don't have any
Yeah.
intentions on going
Yeah.
anytime soon, you know." And then I work at night, so he was like, he said, "Do you have to go to work?" I said, "Do you enjoy corn dogs and all
Lights.
that? Like, do you enjoy food?" "Daddy, I have to go to
Kind
work."
of, yeah.
He said, "Well, I'm praying that you get a day shift job."
Mm-hmm.
And like God reminded me, if you would have never taught him,
Yeah.
if you would have never set the stage for him to understand that that's where you go.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And one of the things, if you're dealing with grief and you're dealing with teaching kids how to grieve, like you're not going to be the one all the time. Like they have to know where to go.
That
They
part.
have to know where the altar is.
Yeah.
They have to know how to hit the threshing floor. And like before I left, I heard him praying, and it wasn't nothing like whatever. He said, "Lord, I just please open the door for my daddy to get a day shift." He said, "If it means he has to quit because they don't appreciate you." Know what I mean? Then he goes into praying out of emotion. And
Well, that's, he prayed and Philip Anthony Mitchell prayed. Like, God break him. God arrest him. Like, wait a minute. That's,
Come on now.
that's
and I guess I say all that to say this, like she helped me figure out who I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she was a part of, really, like be thankful for the people that God's put in your life. And if they're
Yeah.
trying to carry you to his presence, follow them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like don't stop being resistant
Mm-hmm.
to it,
Yeah.
because it's going to be painful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to hurt. It's not going to be fun all the time.
No.
You know what I mean? This thing we do, this ministry, is sacrificial. It hurts, and there's so many things that play roles into it, but we got to start addressing stuff. Like one of the things that I've been praying to break off the men of God is the passivity,
Yeah.
Yo, that one is
Yeah.
huge.
and
It's
that
so
might be
big.
Something's coming.
might be the next episode or whatever coming up.
That one is huge.
Like we just get so passive.
We get to a place where if I don't do it, somebody else is gonna. So it doesn't
Why-
matter.
Yeah, like why? Or like this is gonna hurt too much to address.
Yeah.
My wife
Sometimes,
will do it.
or sometimes it's just the pain of having to address it.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like having the hard conversations with people, or dealing with emotions that you're feeling, like the insecurities that you were talking about that come up in you, like not addressing them is doing more hurt.
Yes.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And letting them sit.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the passivity that we're kind of talking about with all the men and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like we don't see it, and I'm guilty of this. I don't see it, so I get discouraged. So I don't even say nothing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And
if that's
the one thing that God's been on
what
my
it's
heart.
gonna take.
The one thing that God's been on my heart about this whole conference thing is that it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Yeah.
Which I will say.
We do want you in there.
Well, I mean, this
Yeah.
will come out after the conference, but the Lord is bringing them.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
I feel
bringing who
like
is needed.
that part. I feel like I obeyed Him whenever He gave me the ideas to do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
I sent out 100 letters. I put some in the newspaper. I posted events and I've posted videos, and we did a whole ad campaign on Facebook. I feel like He gave me the kind of playbook and whatever he wants to do with that, I'm good with.
Like you've done the work now, it's him.
That part, it's up to him. Like
Yeah,
I planted
water
the
it
seed,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to him to
Yeah.
water it, you know. But I didn't have the idea and say, well, you know, that ain't gonna work. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna do that because
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's gonna work.
You
Yeah.
just step out
You
on faith.
That part, I'm stepping out on faith and whatever I can do to bring people in, and it's working. I mean, we're up to somewhere around 30, 35 people almost. You
And
know,
I believe there's gonna be an influx of people that just come.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
you'll find out maybe next episode
Of what we got.
of what happened.
Yeah, it might be
at
a
the
couple
men's
episodes.
conference.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll
find
give
out.
a we'll give
I would
a
love
conference
to-
update.
I would love to take like if something, you know, if he does a word or something, because sometimes pastors won't do a word. It'll just be like a healing, prophesying kind of deal, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm good with that if that's what the Lord tells him to do. But if it's a word, I kind of want to make that into his own Eagle Men's
Yeah.
episode. Like I think that'd be cool to do. Depending, I don't know, you know.
Kyle, if there's one thing you could tell people, one word of advice on knowing who you are or getting to know God or something like that. Like what's like one little key word of advice you'd have for people? Like what's important in your perspective?
Confidence.
That's good.
Yeah. Confidence and finding out who you are,
Mm-hmm.
then knowing who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and just pushing forward
Yeah.
and digging in. I would say confidence because that's probably what I lack sometimes.
I ain't
You
gonna
know,
get you.
If
I mean,
can-
it's,
Go ahead.
you know, well, I mean, it's, you know, you get down in the dumps about some stuff and then
Yeah.
you just say, the heck with it.
Yeah.
I'm not done it.
Yeah.
Not even going to worry about it. So I think it's pushing through that.
Heard. So, if I had to answer that question, I would say something that's probably gonna hurt some feelings.
Sorry.
You okay? I would say stop listening to your pastor tell you who you are. Stop letting everybody else tell you what God says you are. Like they may be telling you all the right things. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying your pastor's wrong.
Yeah.
They may be telling you all the good things and all the whatevers, but don't you ever take somebody's word for it. Ever. I don't care who they are. The best pastor in the world, the least of these, the whatever. Don't you ever take anybody's word for who they say God says you are.
Yeah.
You go search that out for yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, whenever our pastors preach here at this church, they'll tell you straight from the pulpit. Don't
Read
you
it.
take my word for it. Go read it for yourself.
Read
Yeah.
it for
You
yourself.
know, and even Felicia, if she starts talking about a story or whatever, she'll say, "Go read it for yourself." But this is where we're going to start. You know, that's what I would say. The biggest thing to figuring out who it is you are is stop listening to what everybody else says. God says you are.
Yeah.
Go look for it for yourself. Read it for yourself. Find it for yourself. Whether it's in a book, Bible app, Google, Chat GPT, search it for yourself.
Yeah.
Find it for yourself in His Word.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say.
Just the one thing that was cool about that, Kyle, that you might not even know that. I mean, you were speaking scripture.
Okay. I'm just a chemist. So.
Okay, is that going to be a thing now? Are we going to make that into a thing? Whatever.
Not a theologian. I'm just
Yeah.
a chemist, bro.
Just a chemist.
So Hebrews 4:16 says this: "Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace and may help in time of need."
Well, that sounds like something a prophet would say.
Don't it?
What was that again? Hebrews what now?
4:16.
Hebrews 4:16.
He makes the coffee. 4:16.
I can't even type.
Hebrews. Yeah,
Spell Hebrews for me.
I'm about
dishwash
tired of-
her.
Like, don't knock my jokes off to where they're not cool. Just
That's
sitting
okay.
there, just so blank.
I'm sorry.
I'm done with you.
I mean, I guess the one key advice that I would give is, and this is gonna sound so cliche, and I can't stand it. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Like, keep going.
Keep pushing.
Yeah.
Like Scripture says, a just man falls 7 times, but what makes him just is he gets back up.
Yeah.
Like if you're out there listening right now and you're in the mud puddle wallowing around, get up.
Yeah.
Like just because you got to come in dirty, don't mean you can't come in worthy.
That part.
I listened to something the other day, and it was Josh Howerton.
I love that dude.
He
though.
was on the Sean Ryan podcast or whatever. But, and I may say this wrong, I hope I don't, but he said, you know, God didn't come to find, or how did he say it?
Is that big pastor from Texas or whatever? I watched that.
God didn't come for the perfect one. He come for the prostitutes and
That part.
the thieves.
He did.
Did you hear the story he told about why Jesus had to die? Did you hear that clip? Like, cause Sean Ryan asked him, like, why did Jesus have to die? And he told a story, and he said,
I don't think I did.
he basically broke it down like this. I thought it was real good, so I'll share. And this is his props, it didn't come from me. So basically, Sean Ryan asked him, why did Jesus have to come and die? And he said, well, I like to, explain it like this in a story. He said there was this king. And he said he was just, and he was forgiving and graceful. And he said there was somebody in the kingdom that was stealing. He said, whenever you find who it is, give them 10 lashes. Rocked on, and they still didn't know. And they said, well, now when you find them, whoever it is, give them 20 lashes. He said, and so on and so forth. And they got up to like 40 lashes, 50 lashes. He said, it's unbearable, like people die from that many lashes. He said, then he found out that it was his own daughter. That was the one stealing from the kingdom. He said, but he knew that he had to be just. He said, but he also wanted to be forgiving. And he also wanted to be, gracious. He said, so they tied her to the post. And the guy reared back, fixing to hit her the first time, and the king said, stop. He said he went and he laid over her. And he looked at him, he said, now hit her.
Yep.
He said he was just because the punishment had to be carried out.
Yep.
But he was also forgiven because he took the place of her. He said, and they carried it out, and they hit him 40 times, and he died, and she lived.
Golly.
He said, that's why Jesus had to die.
That dude's really.
He's good.
He's good at.
I mean, he gave me chill bumps when I was talking about it.
Like laying things out so you understand it.
And it's about being relatable. Like,
Yeah.
so many pastors these days try to impress with
Yeah.
all of the Hebrew, and I'm not saying that stuff is bad, but I'm saying there's a time and a place for it. Like, if you get in the pulpit and you're not relatable, what good are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, if people don't leave with something, what good are you doing?
Yeah.
I leave with more questions than what I came in with. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need that's just me. That's not thus saith the Lord.
That's
That's
saying Wayne.
thus saith Wayne. If I got more questions,
Like when there's a
leave
new heaven and new earth and there's a book of Wayne, this is gonna be in it.
that's gonna be first page. You know what I mean? Don't make me ask more questions. Answer a couple of them. Yeah.
The book of D Wayne.
Not D Wayne.
I think I'm the only one that goes by my real name.
You mean, bro?
Touche. Yeah. Well, it depends. I mean, if people from high school call me, then they do call me by my first name.
I don't think nobody's ever called him by his first name.
What is my first name?
Stefan.
Stefan.
No, Stephen.
We'd have a substitute in school, and they'd be like, Stephen? I'd be like, it wouldn't even register,
Not here.
I'd be like, what?
Who's that guy?
Who that?
Yeah,
Well, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys.
that's what I got.
That goes in line. I don't know who I am, dog.
It's my mama's fault.
Started when I was born.
It's wild.
Diane.
I've identified with Kyle all my life.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
really
what?
a Steven.
Yeah, I'd be like, what? I don't know who that is.
That's funny.
Look at
Yeah.
how you're cool.
All right. Well,
Till next time, I'm the pastor.
I'm the praiser.
And I'm in the pew.
Caca.